Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. The Falcons had a bold offseason move in the NFL, signing Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal. Also drafted Michael Penix Jr. with the number 8 pick in the 2024 NFL draft. Team owner Arthur Blank made the case for why Falcons, whom he labeled independent thinkers, were wise to allocate a substantial resource to a pair of quarterbacks. Just listening to our coaching staff and our personnel department, they made a decision. Michael was going to be available at number 8. They saw an extraordinary talent. Kirk Cousins is our franchise starting quarterback. Is our starting quarterback. What you think about that? You like that, Ocho?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Listen, Kirk Cousins is great. He's great in the postseason. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kirk Cousins has. I'm sorry, in the regular season, if I'm not mistaken, Kirk Cousins has one playoff victory. Yes. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure in how many years, but he is stellar. He is stellar in the postseason. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson are going to pay tremendous dividends with having him at the helm. He's great. But again, we understand how difficult it is for teams. There are 32 teams. There are 32 teams, and there are many of these teams that are trying to find a quarterback that they can build around, that can be consistent year in and year out, and you don't have to worry about the position. You got Lamar Jackson, you got the Joe Burrow, the Josh Allens, the Jalen Hurts, obviously Dak with the Cowboys. Many teams don't have that security blanket. The Falcons do. They found one in Kirk Cousins when they traded for him, or when they were able to get him. Then they also found one in the draft that you couldn't pass up. Kirk coming off an Achilles injury. Beam. Right. They have security on both sides. We know we know what he can do. He has an extensive resume in the regular season, but there's a talent that's going to be available at 8. And Michael Penix Jr., you don't pass that up. You don't pass that up. You know Michael Penix Jr. is your quarterback of the future. And hell, even this year, I think if Kirk Cousins doesn't play to the standards in which they like and see fit, Michael Penix.
They're going to get off him after 1 year, Ocho?
Huh?
They're going to get off him after 1 year?
Boy, you know how it is. But you're not playing well. You're not playing well. And the same thing goes for my boy. The same thing goes for my guy. We think it's going to be a quarterback battle over in Pittsburgh. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But
I love what Justin Fields has done. Russell Wilson is going to be the quarterback of that franchise over there in Pittsburgh. And if things aren't going well, Justin Fields will see the field. That's it. And I think the same thing will happen with Kirk Cousins as well. If you're stinking up the place and putting the team in jeopardy, and as far as winning is concerned, they're going to turn that over to Michael Penix Jr. There's only so much losing that they're going to take.
The difference is Pittsburgh ain't invest no money in Russ.
Right.
They invested what, $3, $4, $5 million?
Yeah, but I'm there from a business standpoint. I understand what you're saying.
Because the Broncos is footing the their Broncos had already guaranteed that money, so we already get like 35, 38 million from the Broncos. So he's only getting Pittsburgh only paid like $3 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but hey, listen, it's Russ's job. I see the media, scrumming up. Oh, Justin Fields has been having camp. He's ahead. He's getting the good reps in. But listen, I'm going Mike Tomlin. You understand Arthur Smith, Russell Wilson. He has a resume. His season wasn't even that bad last year in Denver. I think people are failing to realize that his season wasn't that bad last year in Denver. You have a quarterback that has an extensive resume, that has experience on what it takes to win. You have a Super Bowl champion quarterback. You have a Super Bowl champion head coach. You understand that it's Arthur Smith's job to understand Russell Wilson's strengths and his weaknesses and play to that. And I think you'll be fine. You got Najee Harris to take some of the pressure off of Russ. You got George Pickens, who is him.
Yeah.
Whatever they did with Puka Nacua and moving him around and allowing him to get the ball, they need to do the same thing with George Pickens over there in Pittsburgh. It's not that hard.
It
ain't that hard.
Ocho, but the one thing, what do you notice about Cooper Kupp? What do you notice about Puka Nacua?
Mm-hmm.
It's all out effort every single play.
Yeah, always. Oh, I know where you're going. I see where you're going.
That's it.
I see where you're going.
That's the only talent is there. He might be more talented. Might be more physically gifted.
Yeah.
But I can't teach you effort, Ocho. You got to have that in you. Mm-hmm. And I can't have to remind, hey, son, I need you to try hard. son, I need you. I can't do that, Ocho.
Yeah. On the run plays.
That's it, Ocho. Because if I'm a running back, you ain't blocking for me. Why I need to pick this blitz up so you can get a pass?
On play action? Yeah. You're right.
You gonna ask me to stick that linebacker coming right up there. And you know he coming with, and the linebackers ain't trying to dodge nothing. They try to they
running right through you. Yeah. But I think he learned his lesson. He learned his lesson last year. He's gonna be all right.
But I agree. But boy, that's a lot of money to get off of, Ocho, if Cousins doesn't pan out.
But this is the funny thing. It's Kirk Cousins. He always pans out in the regular season. Yeah. Man, Drake London is going to feast. Kyle Pitts is going to feast. He is a yardage monster in the regular season. He just hasn't been able to get his teams over the hump in the postseason. That's it.
No, okay, saying he ain't got no dog in him. I'm saying that no, he needs to put out that effort.
Oh yeah,
not just when he's getting the ball,
right?
Because a lot, Ocho, if I know it's a look, if I know it's a run, I can tell the way you coming off the ball.
Right.
You do know they watch defenders. They watch. I can look and see how much pressure. I can look and see if a D lineman got light. Oh, y'all about to run a game, huh? Because why else would your hand not have that kind of pressure in the dirt? Because if you got pressure in the dirt, that means you're going forward. See, when you're light, Ocho, you got to get up out of there because they're about to do a game. They're about to do a TE or ET.
Right.
Oh, you don't think I see that? Hey, you're finna run a game.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at all the keys. I'm trying to get as big an advantage as I can to try to make my job easier. Right. How you lining up? Man, stop all that. You ain't coming. Look where the safety is. You doing all that dancing. If he way back there and you come, if I just turn around, who gonna cover me?
Nobody.
So stop all that dancing. Get back where you supposed to be. You know you finna drop in the hook. Shut up.
Right.
You ain't fooling nobody. All that dancing. Yeah. Ocho, no damn well they're not coming. Now, I see that safety inching down. Oh, you coming because he finna pick me up.
Hey, you know what's funny now that you mentioned that and trying to pick up the keys before the snap of the ball? We used to play the Steelers. You know, the Steelers had all these exotic coverages, all these exotic blitzes under goddamn Dick LeBeau. And the funniest thing that they used to do is when they used to bring everybody to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And Troy Polamalu used to be sitting in the A gap. And Carson sometimes would be thinking the blitz is coming. And at the snap of the ball, everybody run to where they got to be at. And it would be the craziest thing to see. You got James Harris.
Got his back to the ball.
Man, back to the ball and still getting where he has to be.
He does.
Before Carson finishes and drop. And it was amazing that, for one, you got to have the personnel to pull that shit off.
Oh, for sure.
And there are only two teams that I've ever seen that had the personnel to do some of the exotic stuff that these defenses did. And that was the Baltimore Ravens during the 2000s and the Pittsburgh Steelers during the 2000s. They did things that you're not supposed to be able to do. It's one thing to bluff. It's one thing to have movement, but to have the safeties at the line of scrimmage and shooting up out of there at the snap of the ball and still be on point and in position to make a play was unbelievable to see.
Ocho, the thing, if you go back and study the Ravens weren't that complex. They played cover two, but you couldn't run them. The reason why the Ravens were so difficult is because you couldn't run them out of it. They never had to drop the safety down to come up out of that coverage. Where you running? The Ravens played 16 games.
Yeah.
They didn't give up 1,000 total rush yards the entire season.
That's crazy.
Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen.
That's crazy.
In 16 games, they didn't give up 1,000 total rush yards on the entire season. In 16 games, they gave up 165 points.
It's crazy.
And in one game, if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 35 in one game.
We'll never see a defense like that again.
No.
Never.
Cleveland, we played Cleveland in 2000. They got 86 yards on their first drive, and I think they had 30 yards the rest of the game.
As soon as things settled in, it was a wrap, huh?
They got the opening kick, Ocho,
right,
and they went right down and scored.
Right.
And for the rest of the game, I think they might have had 30 yards. You want to know something? If go back and look at the play-by-play and look at the Giants in the Super Bowl and look at what they did. Punt, turnover, punt, turnover, punt, turnover, punt, kick, return, punt, pick. Go look at the Ocho. I mean, I'm like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, bro, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
I said, y'all gonna get y'all, hey, Kerry Collins gonna get y'all blowed up. Because Jamie and Ray was teeing off. Because you couldn't hold it. Well, they know you couldn't hold it. You wasn't gonna go deep. Because Rob Burnett, Mike McQuarrie, Peter Bowell weren't gonna let you go deep. They're gonna hit you in your back.
Yeah.
So we know you gotta run them little crossing routes. And, and Jamie and Ray were just sitting there just picking people off.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy pick one, went back for a touchdown because they know the ball got to come out quick. You ain't finna throw nothing over our head. You got no time.
Who y'all had? Y'all had Dwayne Starks
and Chris McAllister.
Yeah, Chris was nice, boy.
And Robert Bailey was a slot. No, Robert was when they went forward. But Corey Harris, the nickel slot, and then Robert Bailey. You know Robert Bailey with
I know Rob. Yeah, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Goddamn Rob. Oh, that's classic, man.
Ocho, check this out.
Yeah.
DJ Moore enjoyed a career first season with the Bears. Now Moore is the richest Bears player in their franchise history after signing a monster 4-year contract worth $110 million. The extension will keep him tied to the number 1 rookie overall pick, Caleb Williams, for the foreseeable future. Moore revealed during Bears press conference today he really did dread getting traded to Chicago at first. It's cold, bro. It's cold. Think about Ocho. It's cold in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's cold in Green Bay.
Yeah.
At least now you inside in Minnesota. People don't realize Minnesota used to be outside too.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yes. So can you imagine? Man, please let me play Green Bay in September. Please let me play Minnesota in September.
Yeah.
You did not want to be going to no Minnesota and Green Bay in no December and January. No, sir. Or Chicago.
Yeah, I like DJ Moore. He's been consistent.
I like him too.
He's been quietly consistent. He doesn't make much noise. He doesn't talk a lot. He's not flashy. He just goes out there and he gets the job done. He had a good year with Justin Fields last year.
Yeah.
He had a good year with Justin Fields last year. So this contract is warranted. The market is what it is. It's I call it a team-friendly contract. He wasn't trying to break the bank and be the highest paid receiver, but it's a team-friendly contract and it's good. I think with Caleb Williams and what I've seen from him from college, the small sample size of what I've seen from him so far in training camp, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. I mean, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Ocho, check this out. The NFL new kickoff rules. Onside kicks are illegal until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The team must be losing to onside kick. Team must announce its intention to onside kick to the official ahead of time. The NFL is also moving closer to replacing chain game with new technology to measure the game. Or they're going to use Hawkeye, right? Like in tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. The league will set to test Sony's Hawkeye equipment technology during the preseason game. Ocho, I kept trying to tell people they're doing everything they possibly can to get the kickoff out the game.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at 30-40% of the injuries, concussions, happen
kickoff, running to each other at a high rate
of speed. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I like it. If anything, NFL obviously being worried about safety, trying to implement an 18-game season. I think this is in the right steps of doing just that and eliminating the kickoff. But again, the dimensions of the field are still the same. Concussions still happen in game and in play. So, I mean, you can do all you can to try to be safe, but there are still other measures that can happen as far as changing the dimensions of the field and making it a little wider, to try to eliminate some of those crushing hits instead of throwing a flag for every little thing like we do now. So, I mean, I see the direction in which the NFL is going and trying to protect the players and also protect themselves for any issues 10 years down the line. But, I mean, I like it. I'm not sure about the kickoff. I think it takes away from the excitement and seeing, all right, does this player have a chance to take this one back?
Well, talking to Kamish, he seems to think there'll be more returns.
For the you think so?
Yeah, he said because once you hit a crease, you go.
I mean, if as long as those players once you stay in your lane and you lock in and boom, you be able to share left or right. It's really nowhere to go because there's not as much room. It's not as much room to set things up as a returner.
All they got to do. Why you think a lot of them are using positional players to kick off? Because they're gonna have to be making a lot more tackles. That Justin Reed is gonna be perfect,
right?
Because he's a tackler.
Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
I ain't trusted my kicker too many times to make a game say, hey, he might make one, maybe two. I much past that, Ocho. I ain't trusted him to be making no game-saving tackles. No touchdown-saving tackles at that. But yeah, I get it. I understand, Ocho, but here's the problem that the NFL is running into.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make an inherently dangerous game safe? It's like bull riding, Ocho. At the end of the day, you're still asking a 150-pound, 160-pound man to get on a 1,500-pound bull.
Yeah, listen, you
can get him a harness. You can shave his horns down.
You can get him a helmet. They put him. It's still dangerous no matter what.
All that.
There's a chance.
That's a 150, 160-pound man on 1,500 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always a chance, no matter what you do. There's only so much you can do as far as making the game safe.
But hey, kudos for the NFL trying to make it safe. It seems to me, Ocho, they're headed to a 18-game schedule, and it's going to be sooner and later. Remember what I told you, Ocho? The only thing you can sell them is extra games. What else you going to do?
Yeah. That's it.
What else could I sell you, Ocho?
Yeah, it's only one way to make money. It's only one way to make more money.
And it seems like the players are in agreement with it.
Yeah, because they get a piece of the pie. As long as they're getting a piece of the pie.